All right, so I want to hear from you all. I want you to jump in the comments. I want you to hit the like button. But I want you to tell me right now, if you could get a V8 in the Dodge Charger, in this Daytona platform, if you will, the new body style, would that make you buy it? Because a lot of you hate that thing. A lot of you don't like it. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it's very nice. I think it was a really good attempt at a update to the Chargers and, frankly, the Challengers. But hopefully they'll bring back a Challenger at some point. But let's not get greedy, and let's just talk about the return of the Hemis. Hemis galore, Hemis everywhere, Hemis coming from Dundee, Hemi's coming from Mexico, Hemi's coming from all over the place. But first, we got to roll that intro. All right, so if you've been paying attention out there, the news is hitting the wire, it's getting to the internet, and the rumors are starting to sound a lot more like reality. And even with statements from McAleer and Dodge themselves, it's really looking like we've got something to look forward to. But I'll tell you more about when we can look forward to it and where in a second. But let's jump over and read these stories together. So if you saw Mopar Insider, the announcement that the Dundee engine plant is gearing up to build multiple versions of the V8 Hemi, and this is the part I wanted to share with you all. Last month, they reported that Stellantis planned to restart the 5.7 build at the Dundee engine plant. But since then, the news that's out now is it's not just the 5.7, it's the entire Hemi V8 family other than the 6.4. But then they go on to talk about the 6.4 coming as well. But the speculation that I know the guys, TK and Butter, are having is that 6.4 will probably still be built in Saltillo. But right now, the news is that we've got a whole bunch of V8s coming, and right now it looks like they're coming to the Ram products, to the trucks. So if they start launching all kinds of trucks with these beautiful V8s in them again, we're going to be feeling good because we're at least on the way back to them saving the company. So it looks like their strategy might be, let's bring back a bunch of V8s, get them in the Rams, maybe even start putting them into the Jeep products like the Grand Wagoneers and all the big SUVs, which would make some sense and some easy stuff for them to do as far as fitting something in. And then let's talk about the Charger. So would you buy one of these things if it had a V8 in it? If they could stick, hell, a 6.2 Hellcat engine in this thing, or even a bigger variant in this thing, a faster variant, a more horsepower variant, would you suddenly find something about that body style that you like? Because here's what they're saying. They're preparing for a future where the V8s are actually going to make it into the Daytona platform. I call it the Daytona platform because we don't have the six-pack platform out yet. But you know what I'm talking about, the new Charger body style. And if that happens, what they're saying is you might have to wait till late 2026. So the reason why they're going to be careful about how they couch this thing is they don't want to completely kill the sales of these twin-turbo Hurricane i6. But imagine this. If they've got... Could you imagine the lineup? And tell me you wouldn't get excited about this. They have a lineup where they have the EV platform, which all of a sudden I can accept it because it's something for everyone. Then they've got the twin-turbo i6 in the standard output, and then you've got the high output version for all the tuner people that want to mess with the twin-turbo i6s, and that's awesome. Think of that like maybe the SXT, the replacement to the Pentastar 6-cylinders, but with a pretty exciting twist with the twin turbos. And then they start launching the V8s. You get a 5.7. You do, if they can, fit a 6.4 Scat Pack engine in there. Now, it'll be interesting to see what the hell they call these things. Maybe they switch names around a little bit because calling the EV a Scat Pack was just downright stupid. But now they have this huge lineup, and huge price swings and price ranges, as they will probably likely have to keep the electric versions really cheap, and definitely the 4-door and even 2-door 6-pack standard outputs pretty cheap. So there'll be some diversity in the lineup. And with these changes, I mean, if we're looking at late 2026 and we're cruising through first quarter of 2025, we're looking at just a little bit over a year, and we start seeing these things come back. Now, they don't want that to kill the sales of all these things, but I'll tell you, if they can push these timelines up, if they can get something with the V8 in that Charger platform to us before then, and they've got these other options, I would say all could be forgiven. All the stupidity from Carlos Tavares could be forgiven, because at that point we can say, look, everybody screws up, everybody makes mistakes, but at least you're fixing them. So now we've got these awesome V8 Hemi-powered beasts in a muscle car, a true muscle car. And I would say that if we go back and read what McAleer's saying, all this makes all the sense in the world. This is what McAleer said. If you look back across the last generation, you go through the engines between the Charger and the Challenger and the Magnum, Dodge CEO Matt McAleer said in a recent interview. We started out with a 3.5 V6, 6.1 V8, then a 3.6 V6, 5.7 V8, 6.4, 6.2, 6.2, L, Demon 6.2, Red Eye, and so on, the Demon 170. Do you know how many different powertrains, rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, we had on those engines? This is a multi-energy platform that can accommodate all of that. That's him saying, this is the first time he's saying, can accommodate all of that? Well, if that's the case, then that tells me all I need to know. This is the first year you've got 4 powertrains that outperform everyone that they're replacing. Fine. I'm not even mad at you for saying that. It's not what we want, but I'm not going to be mad at you for saying that. We're just getting started. We're going to have a lot of fun. That's cool. We can forgive you. We can wait for this thing. And in the meantime, you can go do a 2-year lease on this EV thing, or you can go do it if you really want that for $200 a month or whatever the hell it is, or pick up a 6-pack, hopefully in like June, these things start hitting, and have something to screw with, or just keep your Hemi cars like I probably am keeping mine. I don't see anything out there I want to buy. And he goes on to say, we haven't disclosed that, McAleer said. We asked directly about the V8's return, and he said, but one of the things that's encouraging is that the change in leadership, V8s are no longer a bad word around the company. So we all saw that in one of his articles recently, or one of his interviews recently. So I'll tell you, if this is the case, if this is what's going to happen, then I can get excited. And I would just say that if we all verbally make this clear that, yes, we're good, we will come back. You start bringing new, modernized Hemis out. You start bringing us even faster Hemis, because they're going to have to bring out some even faster Hemis, more efficient Hemis, fun Hemis, whatever it is, whatever they have to say to be able to get these things out, then I'm willing to accept that body style. Now, I've never had an issue with that body style. Some of you have, and that's what I want to know. If you got a Hemi, could you find something about that thing that you like? Could you maybe close your eyes and imagine doing your own customization to it, your own wheels, lowering it a little bit? I don't know. There's so much stuff you can do to any car out there, but this thing looks like it could definitely stand for some personal touches on these things, which is what we love to do with our cars. So share in the comments below, what do you think about that? If that happens, I know it feels too late, and some of you are going to say it's too late, but if they're going to leak this stuff out there and they're going to start saying it's going to happen, this is a good sign. I don't mind them having an EV. I never have. I had a problem with that being the only option. I don't mind them having a 6-cylinder. I'm glad it's an option. I don't want it to replace our beloved V8s. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.